Eat it and like it, brought to you by 24E Home Furnishings and Interior Design, 24 East Broughton Street. The sights are all too familiar to us. Sometimes walking past a piece of history to those of us who live here is like a walk in the park. Sometimes it is a walk in the park. Other times maybe it's lunch with friends. It's happy hour. It's a night out. It's a scoop of ice cream or a slice of pizza. It's that perfectly mixed cocktail. It's that perfect plate of oysters. Maybe even an afternoon on a boat. Or just a quiet glass of wine on a moonlit night. It's the lifestyle here in coastal Georgia, and millions of people out there seem to never get enough of it. Always looking for something new to try here in the hostess city of the South. But before they get here, where do they start?
It's the letter J, Marinelli, MARINELLI. VisitSavannah.com.
It all starts here at Visit Savannah.
Every single day I get a phone call, international, around the country, West Coast, East Coast, people interested in learning more about this destination. I think a lot of times it has to do with finding that unique Americana. A lot of people have done the Vegas, they've done the LA, they've done the Disney. They're now looking for something unique and really truly American.
And it's not just Savannah, it's this part of the country. People are interested in what's going on in Charleston and Savannah and along the coast, the whole low country thing.
By now you may know that Savannah tourism really burst onto the national scene in the mid-1990s on the heels of a book, Midnight and the Garden of Good and Evil. If you take a minute to do the math, that was roughly 15 years ago, but the numbers are still going up. In 2011, some 12 million people came through town at some point, spending millions and millions of dollars here. But what brings them here now? That is an ongoing year-round effort. Yeah, sure, sometimes the phone rings and you get to talk about some kind of beautiful whatever.
Flowers, and it's just a great, beautiful walk all the way up Bull Street down to the park.
Being from there myself, I will tell you that there is a fascination with people in the Northeast and the Midwest with the whole lifestyle of the low country and all that goes with it. The marshes, the live oaks and the Spanish moss, sweet tea.
But Visit's approach is different. If you want people to visit us, they feel like you need to visit them.
We visit Atlanta, we visit Birmingham, and we visit New York.
It is one layer of our marketing effort to promote Savannah. We do that lots of different ways. We do it radio, television, print, and online.
They've been taking that approach for the last 5 years or so. Every year, Joe Marinelli and his team trek north to the Big Apple to meet and greet national media in an attempt to stay relevant on the national scene.
These publications that we visit with, television shows and so forth, they all tell us, almost to an entity, that their readers, their viewers, their fans love Savannah. We've gotten to a point now after doing this 5 years that they're excited about our visit. They're excited when they get that phone call from America saying, hey, we'll be up next month, we'd love to come in and see you and so forth. You're building relationships. They look forward to our visit each year. They look forward to being updated about Savannah. Erica Backus from our staff, at the beginning of this year said, you know what, we've really got to do something different.
We had the idea of coming up, bringing our cuisine, bringing our culture, bringing something that these folks have never seen on the island of Manhattan.
The idea started picking up some momentum. Then we reached out to those folks and said, hey, will you come in and talk with us about an idea we have?
So we decided to bring 4 chefs from Savannah, Chef Joe Randall from Chef Joe Randall's Cooking School, Chef Darren from 700 Kitchen, and Cheryl and Griff Day from Back in the Day Bakery.
Erica Backus from the Commission Visitors Bureau. I was kind of blown away. She had sent me an email and said that they wanted to take me to New York City, be a part of this media trip.
Griff and I were both excited because Savannah has adopted us and vice versa. So we're just always thrilled to do anything to represent Savannah.
Elated, just totally excited. I mean, just the opportunity, one, to be asked by the Convention and Visitors Bureau to kind of, act as a face of Savannah.
The name of this event, we called it The Dish on Savannah, and that was the whole idea, is to bring a little piece of how we do it down here up north.
Really, the whole point was to showcase Savannah as a culinary destination.
So we thought we'd bring you here to New York City along with them. Some of Savannah's finest on display here in the Big Apple. What do they think of our cooking? You're about to find out.
It definitely wasn't like another day in Savannah.
Coming up on Eat It and Like It.
I was extremely nervous.
And it's kind of like your wedding day. A tremendous amount of work goes into it. And then, you know, when the bell tolls, you hope that somebody actually comes to your party.
Savannah is throwing a party in the city that never sleeps for some of the biggest names in national media. But these things don't just happen.
When you're in a new kitchen and you don't know where things are, I mean, you feel like, you know, an ox on ice.
We're going ice skating. Eat It and Like It continues.
What's the address for impeccable style and outstanding service? 24E. 24E on Broughton Street has affordable custom design services for both residential and commercial clientele. We provide exclusive attention and dedication to one client at a time. Enlist our services right now, and credit will be applied toward the purchase of your select pieces of furniture. So what's the address for sensational style, outstanding service, and exclusive custom design services? 24E at 24 East Broughton Street, downtown Savannah, or online at 24estyle.com.
They encourage you throughout the workout, they push you. We started doing different training methods so that we'd be faster on the court and better stability and not get hurt. I've worked with a number of the trainers here and I've enjoyed all of them.
What is Southern food to you? We figured as much. But did you know that for every plate of collard greens pushed across the Sunday dinner table, there is a master chef showing up for work every day and busting through those stereotypes? And that is where you'll find a place to eat it and like. The Emmy-nominated Eat It and Like It with Jessie Blanco is Coastal Georgia's fastest-growing foodie resource.
We really know our food. We're foodies. We eat out a lot. I know that for me, I try a lot of different places. I'm not afraid to try new places.
We take you to some places you may know all about, but we don't stop there. Burgers and barbecue, sure. But what about foie gras and confit? It's all here across the South waiting for you to eat it and like it. Host and executive producer Jessie Blanco brings 19 years of television experience into your home as your culinary guide to the South you had very little idea existed. Small batch coffee roasters to handmade fine chocolates. The South is teeming with great stories about food, way beyond weekends at Grandma's house. And Eat It and Like It is here to share them with you.
But I don't like sushi.
It doesn't matter what you like or don't like, Eat It and Like It is taking you there to show you the South has something for everyone. Each episode ends with a lesson from Jessie or a chef sharing his own secrets. Might even be someone you already know.
All right, mince that up some more, baby.
All right. See what I mean?
Approaching its 20th episode, Savannah's most popular local television show is ready to take on the Deep South to share its culinary diversity through a whole new set of eyes. For more information about who we are and where we are going, or to watch entire episodes, visit eatitandlikeit.com. Give us 30 minutes. We promise you will eat it and like it.
Welcome back to Eat It and Like It in New York City, on hand for one of the biggest small parties this group has thrown in some time, in the heart of New York City.
we talked about and thought about, well, is there a restaurant in New York that serves low country cuisine, and we could just use that. But the reality of it is nobody does it quite like our chefs do down here.
We weren't serving anything super fancy or super exotic. We were serving things that people come to expect as Southern cuisine, but what they weren't expecting was how awesome it was.
We all sat around a table and it was just kind of like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? So it was just kind of, for a moment there, Chef Joe and I kind of debated over who was going to do shrimp and grits. He was kind enough to let me go ahead and do it.
The shrimp cakes are unique. It's something that I developed for the cooking school in Savannah. We have abundance of shrimp and fried shrimp, so I do crab cakes, I do lobster cakes. One day I decided we want to do a shrimp cake, and so I think that they'll enjoy and find it uniquely different.
We're going to make the pecan tassis. It's a little pecan pie. We're also making our banana pudding, and we are also making bacon jam sliders.
Then we've got peach and rum barbecue sauce with a spice rub pork tenderloin. I always try to approach things from what are people likely to do in their own home.
The venue in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, a studio kitchen called Kitchen NYC. A lot of TV shows are shot here. Sometimes it's a space for social events like this one. A perfect spot for chefs on display, much like they were in this case, but that doesn't always mean the scene was picture perfect.
There was a little Top Chef anxiety because for us, since we make everything from scratch, including we made a banana pudding, we had to make the pudding from scratch, and we were told that in the end that we had very little time.
When you're in a new kitchen and you don't know where things are, I mean, you feel like an ox on ice. You don't know which way to go. You don't know where to find what you need. And when you have to ask someone every time for something, it kind of makes you feel a little unprepared, even though there's nothing you can do about it.
But you had to bring your A game. Guests were on their way.
We started by identifying a local PR firm in New York that could kind of help us get to the right people.
You spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of orchestration, not only to get all of us from Savannah up to New York, but then to coordinate.
When you're sending out your guest list, you're inviting the New York Times, you're inviting the New York Post, you're inviting Good Day America, you're inviting, Travel and Leisure. And, I'm sitting there sometimes thinking, these people have seen and tasted it all. What about our event is going to make them want to come and try our shrimp and grits?
And it's kind of like your wedding day. A tremendous amount of work goes into it. And then, when the bell tolls, you hope that somebody actually comes to your party.
Not too long thereafter, the sense of Savannah filled the room.
The red egg gravy typically is very straightforward coffee and simple, but I'm doing a caramelization of peppers, onions, mushrooms to really give a depth of flavor.
What about anxiety? Depends on who you ask.
Nervous?
Yeah.
No. This is what I do every day, so there was no reason to be nervous.
I was extremely nervous. This is, I got my boss watching.
Oh, always. I mean, you're always, there's always that element, no matter, how perfect a dish is, people's tastes vary.
Melissa and I got a little tense trying to get our swag bags put together. We really put together a really good gift bag that was full of local unique products. It was a lot of work. Like Joe said, it's almost like planning a wedding.
And we all know you only get one chance at a first impression on your wedding day. Coming up on Eat It and Like It, did anyone actually show up?
That first 30 minutes or so, you're starting to look around and there's more of us than there are of them.
I think often, sometimes when the South comes north, it suddenly becomes a little cartoony.
It's Savannah Showtime in the Big Apple when we come back.
What's the address for impeccable style and outstanding service? 24E. 24E on Broughton Street has affordable custom design services for both residential and commercial clientele. We provide exclusive attention and dedication to one client at a time. Enlist our services right now, and credit will be applied toward the purchase of your select pieces of furniture. So what's the address for sensational style, outstanding service, and exclusive custom design services? 24E at 24 East Broughton Street, downtown Savannah, or online at 24estyle.com.
Love good food but too busy to cook or to go out? The Pantry Elf might be your answer. Certified chef Nora Von Du has been working in people's homes for years. Whether for a special occasion or a week's meals, all recipes are designed to perfectly match your tastes and are prepared right in your kitchen with no shopping and no cleanup. Home-cooked, healthy meals are prepared for you not by magic, but by the Pantry Elf. Visit pantryelf.com for more information on how Chef Nora can help put excitement into family dining, small parties, or any other occasion.
A person's home is a reflection of themselves, and we treat every home and every homeowner with respect. At Hubbard's Maid Service, we attend to the detailed needs of your home. Our staff is thoroughly screened and trained, with safety and security our top priority and satisfaction our guarantee. Call Hubbard's for regular cleaning or help with those special occasions. With Hubbard's Maid Service, you can count on the thorough and reliable service you and your home deserve.
People are talking about Jamestown Designer Kitchens.
It didn't take long for us to realize that Chrissy and Matt had the talent and the skills needed for the redesign of our kitchen. The crews they sent were clean cut and trustworthy. 2 words to describe Jamestown Designer Kitchens, it would be master craftsmen. I can't give a better recommendation than I'd do it again.
See what Jamestown Designer Kitchens can do for you. Call, go online, or stop by the showroom on Montgomery Crossroads.
Welcome back to Eat It and Like It. It is showtime. Weeks and months of planning have gone into the next 3 hours here in New York. Venues, guest lists, menus, swag bags, sous chefs, plane tickets, hotel rooms, chopping, prep, and stirring. All in the name of good old Southern hospitality up north.
And it's kind of like your wedding day. A tremendous amount of work goes into it. And then, you know, when the bell tolls, you hope that somebody actually comes to your party.
Let's be honest, New Yorkers are known for being a tough nut to crack. At some point, all you can do is all you can do. And hope it all goes off without a hitch.
And so you say a little prayer, you throw one up and say, you know, please, let's have some good attendance at our event. Nothing beats a smile and a handshake. You know, emails can kind of do the job, but nothing beats a smile and a handshake. Enter immigrants.
Time rolls on and the room starts to fill in, a real who's who of national media.
And you're trying to make sure, you know, I want to make sure I talk to the guy from the New York Times, and I want to make sure that Chef Joe meets the lady from the Food Network.
There was certainly a little anxiety in the air, especially early on. But make no mistake, everyone was eating and liking. Chef Darren's shrimp and red-eye gravy. My goodness, I had one earlier. This is my second. This ain't even funny.
And they're going to do a bit of a demonstration for you. So first up tonight is Chef Joe Randall. Chef Joe has his own cooking school in Savannah. You've been eating his food along with Chef Darren's, who you'll meet in a few minutes.
I think the idea of having food and presented in the way that it was, I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was genius, actually, because you know, just getting to know people one-on-one, it didn't feel like a press, you know, push junket. It just seemed very conversational.
I think we actually converted several folks to grits eaters.
I thought it was actually authentic without trying to be kitsch. I think often, sometimes when the South comes north, it suddenly becomes a little cartoony, and it didn't feel that way, so that was good.
It was spectacular. The food was great.
It's a lot more higher end and a little bit more refined than what I saw when I was down south in typical southern restaurants.
I think our guests were duly impressed.
Oh, the pecan pie. I really like that pecan pie. I had to.
Well, what's interesting is whenever you ask anybody about Savannah, even if they've never been, they're like, oh, that place is beautiful, or that place is great.
I'm familiar with Georgia. I've spent a lot of time in Atlanta, but not that much, not Savannah.
Oh, the shrimp cakes. I love them. I thought that I also had 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm not a dessert person, but the banana pudding was amazing.
I really didn't think it was a matter of winning them over because good food translates everywhere.
I have to say, the whole group of us cooking together was as smooth as could be. I mean, it was just, we worked together as a cohesive team.
When I look at the guest list of not only who RSVP'd, but who came, we had the people in the room that we wanted to get. When you look at a list that includes the New York Times, Good Morning America, The Today Show, Condé Nast Traveler, Travel and Leisure Magazine, Food Network, and Food Channel. When you have that kind of attention, we're hitting the mark.
That's all it takes. Really, get a few people to write about how wonderful their experience was and get them here to see what we all love about it.
That really is the best way to put it. 3 hours later, the room started to thin out a bit. The guests filed out, swag bags in hand, bellies full, and a few new friends to boot.
When all was said and done, I think we had 37 or 38 of the right people in the room, the right people being editors and writers and reporters from some major publications and TV shows.
And it was a great group. Everybody, all the chefs were awesome, so.
Yeah, once it kind of started winding down, it was cocktail time. And in true Savannah tradition, we had a signature cocktail, which was a bourbon and ginger, peach bourbon and ginger, and I did get to taste one at the end.
I think it was great. I mean, and from what I've heard, I feel like it was very successful.
I think not only did we hit a home run, but we hit a grand slam.
Eat it and like it, brought to you by 24E Home Furnishings and Interior Design, 24 East Broughton Street.
What's the address for impeccable style and outstanding service? 24E. 24E on Broughton Street has affordable custom design services for both residential and commercial clientele. We provide exclusive attention and dedication to one client at a time. Enlist our services right now, and credit will be applied toward the purchase of your select pieces of furniture. So what's the address for sensational style, outstanding service, and exclusive custom design services? 24E at 24 East Broughton Street, downtown Savannah, or online at 24estyle.com.
A person's home is a reflection of themselves, and we treat every home and every homeowner with respect. At Hubbard's Maid Service, we attend to the detailed needs of your home. Our staff is thoroughly screened and trained, with safety and security our top priority and satisfaction our guarantee. Call Hubbard's for regular cleaning or help with those special occasions. With Hubbard's Maid Service, you can count on the thorough and reliable service you and your home deserve.
Thank you so much for joining us. You know what they say, if our food can make it here, it can make it anywhere. I want to thank everyone who worked incredibly hard to bring you this episode from New York City. We'll see you next time on Eat It and Like It.
They encourage you throughout the workout, they push you. We started doing different training methods so that we'd be faster on the court and better stability and not get hurt.
I've worked with a number of the trainers here and I've enjoyed all of them.
What is Southern food to you? We figured as much. But did you know that for every plate of collard greens pushed across the Sunday dinner table, there is a master chef showing up for work every day and busting through those stereotypes? And that is where you'll find a place to eat it and like. The Emmy-nominated Eat It and Like It with Jessie Blanco is Coastal Georgia's fastest-growing foodie resource.
We really know our food. We're foodies. We eat out a lot. I know that for me, I try a lot of different places. I'm not afraid to try new places.
We take you to some places you may know all about, but we don't stop there. Burgers and barbecue, sure. But what about foie gras and confit? It's all here across the South waiting for you to eat it and like it. Host and executive producer Jessie Blanco brings 19 years of television experience into your home as your culinary guide to the South you had very little idea existed. Small batch coffee roasters to handmade fine chocolates. The South is teeming with great stories about food, way beyond weekends at Grandma's house. And Eat It and Like It is here to share them with you.
But I don't like sushi.
It doesn't matter what you like or don't like, Eat It and Like It is taking you there to show you the South has something for everyone. Each episode ends with a lesson from Jessie or a chef sharing his own secrets. Might even be someone you already know.
All right, mince that up some more, baby.
All right. See what I mean?
Approaching its 20th episode, Savannah's most popular local television show is ready to take on the Deep South to share its culinary diversity through a whole new set of eyes. For more information about who we are and where we are going, or to watch entire episodes, visit eatitandlikeit.com. Give us 30 minutes. We promise you will eat it and like it.